Have a look at this for Tottenham. Not great news. 10 points, 8 places worse off than they were at this point last season. Up next for Ange Postecoglou's side, a trip to the Etihad in the Saturday night football. They won't have Rodrigo Bentancur, who starts a 7-game ban for a racist remark about captain Heung-min Son. This just in from Ange Postecoglou.
I know you touched on it yesterday, but is there with the squad back now in terms of the team news? Romero?
Yeah, no, Romero won't be right for tomorrow's game. Again, we're hoping he'll be right for next week. And yeah, they're sort of the main ones, the ones who are kind of out before that, still out.
Obviously, you know Rodrigo now for a period of time. Have you had a chance now to have a word with him, and how is he?
Yeah, I spoke to him briefly now. He only got in late yesterday, so today was the first day I saw him. He's accepted all along that he's got to take whatever penalty comes his way, and at the same time, like I said yesterday, for us it's about now trying to support him through that process, and hopefully get through it, and once the ban's over, to get him to be ready to contribute.
Son's obviously sat here and explained how they've sort of buried the hatchet and everything's okay between him and Rodrigo Bentancur, but is it not sending mixed messaging a little bit that there is sort of a denial of the charge in sort of the case that happened, and also that there's an appeal in? Is that not a risk of sort of just being a bad look and maybe a distraction for the club?
I'm not interested in looks and whatever people want to. I've said all along, he's made a mistake. We've accepted he's made a mistake. We'll accept whatever penalty comes our way. We believe, the first one was, a little bit harsh, so we've appealed that, which I think is our right. That's the whole process. Even if you look at the punishment, it's at the lower end of the scale. So even the people who have all the information have adjudicated that way. I get that people, want to burn people at the stake these days, but as I keep saying, part of this process, if you want real sort of education and progress, is to understand that when somebody makes a mistake and they pay the penalty, part of that is education and hopefully treating them in the way that people see that's the way forward. So whether it's Rodrigo or anyone else, as I said, I'm old enough in life, I've made bigger mistakes than that, mate. But I was allowed to learn from them, and hopefully I'm a better human being because of that.
And you sort of mentioned that it's on the lower end of the scale anyway. Sort of maybe from the outside it looks like what's the point, because you can only probably chip off one game, because 6 is the minimum for this kind of charge. Is it really worth it for just to maybe take one game off and he can play against Liverpool in a?
Couldn't care less who he's playing against, but yeah, it's worth it because that's what we feel, and we still have a judicial process. That's why appeals are there. Like, we're not going outside the jurisdiction. We're not trying to create something that's not available to us. Our view was that we think it was harsh, we think it should have been the minimum, and we'll go through that process. If it's deemed not, then we accept that. But like I said, we're not going to just accept something if we don't feel like it's the right thing in terms of our processes. So I'm fully supportive, and like I said, we'll abide by whatever decision, but that's why there's an appeal process.
And obviously this was a long time coming, and you were expecting a sort of decision one way or another anyway. And Ben Davies also spoke about it and said internally it's sort of not a topic that's been discussed. But is that sort of your view as well? Is it sort of internally you've moved on and you're just training ahead of this game, and this issue cropping up's not affected your week at all?
Well, no, it hasn't, because it's not like we've ignored it the whole way through. Like I said, whilst on the outside, but internally, we understand, and like I said, we're helping Rodrigo through the process of understanding it, the whole group understanding the ramifications of making such a mistake, and that's how you get progress, so that the whole group understands it. Is it a daily topic? No, it's not, because there's a lot of other things going on, but it's not like we're pretending it didn't happen. We know it happened, and the appropriate people are dealing with that, and we've dealt with it within the 4 walls of our dressing room.